السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Can you all hear me, sisters? Yes, alhamdulillah. Let's begin. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما ربنا زدنا علما ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. جزاكم الله خيرا, my dears, for joining the class. How are all of you? Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you all in the best of health, in the best of iman, and in security. Ameen ya Rab. Before we begin the class, we need to renew our intentions. How many of you have been my previous, okay, let me ask this question. How many of you are new students? The first time you're attending my class, type 1. If you are new and just joined my class for the first time, type 1. Okay, quite a few students. No, just type 1 if you are completely new, you don't know me as a teacher, you've never attended my class. Okay. Okay. Welcome then. Welcome, my dear sisters. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy for you to learn the knowledge that is being given and allow me to deliver in a manner that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with us all. Ameen ya Rab. And to my previous students, welcome. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love you, for whose sake you love me and you come and join the class and learn from me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from you all as well. Now, the sisters who know me, we know that we always revise our intention before we start our lesson. Can anybody remember what is the intention that we all, when we come and join the class, what is the intention that we should have? Who remembers from my previous class? And this question is for the previous students. What should be our intention first and foremost? Jazakallah khair, Sister Hina and Sister Muna, to seek the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are gathered here to learn so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with us and we are able to see the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment and to seek his pleasure. Well done. Jazakum khairan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you all in beneficial knowledge. Ameen. What's the second intention? What is the second intention? So first intention, we seek the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we seek the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and seek his pleasure. To become, Sister Zainab, well done, good girl. To become better worshippers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Excellent. So the first intention, to seek the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to seek his pleasure. And second is to become better worshippers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see, when you come to this class and you learn Sifat-ul-Huroof, I am assuming that you have all understood al-Huroof. You have understood articulation of letters. So what you're doing is basically you're on a journey to learn how to recite the Qur'an in the most perfect manner. Yeah, so we become better worshippers. We're able to recite Qur'an in the most beautiful way. Alhamdulillah. So now, what's the third intention? What's the third intention? This is for my old students. I'm testing you all. What is the third intention? The third, once we've removed our own ignorance, well done, Sister Zainab. Once we've removed our own ignorance, we're going to spread the knowledge. Yes, Sister Hiba, well done too. Spread the knowledge to benefit others. Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu feekum, my dears. Well done. And for the new sisters, I hope that you've memorized these intentions. We will revise these intentions, inshallah, before every class. So keep this for yourself. Every Quran class, every Islamic knowledge class that you go to, make sure that this is your intention. Alhamdulillah. All right, Jazakum Allah khairan to all the students that who are attending on the Zoom class and by YouTube. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from you all. And for those who are, for some reason, I understand it's a working day, we'll catch up in the recording session. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your efforts and accept your du'as, the du'as that you ask Allah in secret. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept them for you. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. All right. Now, I'd like to see which country are you coming from. I want to see where are most of my students coming from. Can I know? Write down the name of your country. India. Okay. I was told that India has some power cuts. Okay, from Malaysia, from France. Okay, mashallah, welcome from France. From Saudi, from Dubai, Germany, Maldives, but live in Sri Lanka. Okay, alhamdulillah, from Qatar. Welcome. Scotland, Kenya. Alhamdulillah. Welcome from America. People from America, I salute you. I think it's early morning in America, right? What is the time in America? People in America and Canada, can you just update me about your time? 6:30 a.m. in the morning? Yeah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Not too bad then. You woke up for Fajr and then you've continued your learning the Deen. Alhamdulillah. Welcome from Kashmir, India. Guyana. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Welcome from Nigeria. I love people from the African continent. Your voices are so beautiful when you recite the Qur'an. Your voices, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted you with all of you with a beautiful voice. From Peru. Okay. Welcome, sister. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All right. Alhamdulillah. All right. Let's begin our class now. Bismillah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. I'd appreciate if you have a question and I ask you a question, then you can reply to me. But now I want you off the keyboards and I want you paying attention, my dears. Okay. Alhamdulillah. The topic that we are going to start is Sifat-ul-Huroof. Sifat-ul-Huroof. Sifat meaning the characteristics. Al-Huroof, the, and Huroof is the letters. So, inshallah, this is a topic, sometimes students find it quite hard and they get confused. So I want you to be with me, inshallah, and may Allah make it easy for all of us. And inshallah, you will be at ease when you go through. And we'll take it, I've spread it over 6 weeks. Inshallah, you will understand. And the main thing is application. I have set aside some time for application, inshallah. So what is sifa? What is the word sifa? What does the word sifa mean? Now, sifat comes from the word sifa, and it means characteristic or description of something. So, it's basically the adjectives, isn't it? The features. Jazakallah khair, Sister Hajra. It's the features when you describe something. And in Tajweed, it means it is a manner in which the letter sounds. The letter. Now, what happens is you all, I'm hoping, have covered makharij al-huruf. You all know articulation of letters. And for sisters who are new and who have not attended my previous classes, I'm sure if you joined the Telegram channel, the playlist has been sent of the previous lesson. Please make sure you're catching up on that. So before Ramadan, inshallah, you will be up to date with the two foundations. In Tajweed, there are two basics that you should know, and the rest of the rules fall in place. The first being makharij al-huruf, meaning articulation of letters, from where the letters come from, and then is Sifat-ul-Huroof that I am continuing. Just give me a moment, please. Yes, I'm told that the playlist will be sent to you all on WhatsApp groups as well. For those of you who are not on Telegram channel, the playlist is going to be sent to you via WhatsApp. Okay. So going back to Sifat-ul-Huroof. So when there are certain letters which come from the same articulation point, for example, ta, dal, and to. Ta, dal, and to, they come from the same point. Now, how does a student know what is ta? How is ta going to be pronounced? How is dal going to be pronounced? And how is to going to be pronounced? So each of them have a characteristic which determines who they are. So now, Sifat-ul-Huroof, if we were to divide in learning them, we need to know the definition. We need to know what is the benefit of you learning the Sifat-ul-Huroof, and there are types of the characteristics of letters. Let's look into the definition. Now, I have given you an applied definition here, and I will give you an easy definition as well. Now, applied definition is the definition found in the books of Tajweed. All right. So the English, if you find it a bit difficult, I'll explain it to you. And it's not a problem if you're just going to understand and write it in your own words, unless you're doing a test where the teacher expects you to know the definition by heart. So what is it? The mode of demonstration of the letter when it occurs at its articulation point, which differentiates it from other letters. So when letters are coming from the same articulation point, what is a characteristic? It tells me which letter is ta, which letter is dal, and which letter is to, for example. So basically, if you were just common English, simple English, it differentiates the letters from others that share the same articulation point. For example, this is the example that I was giving it to you. You have in the course, if you've attended, and inshallah you will attend, you will see the tip of the tongue is touching the gum line of the top teeth. That is where the three letters, the ta, the dal, and the to come from. Okay. Now, what's going to be the difference? Now, the difference, how do I know exactly what is ta, what is dal, and what is to? I need to study the characteristics of letters, the Sifat-ul-Huroof, for me to know exactly which letter is what. Okay. So what are the benefits? I'm going to delve into it deeper. Just give me a moment, please. Okay. Benefits. What are the benefits of learning Sifat-ul-Huroof so that I'm able to tell one letter from the other? I just told you, ta, dal, and to. How do I know what is what? I know they all are coming from the same articulation point. So to differentiate, when the letters are from the same makhraj, when the letters are from the same articulation point, Sifat-ul-Huroof is going to make me understand which one is which. Number two, if you know Sifat-ul-Huroof, your recitation, and when you apply it, your recitation becomes extremely beautiful. So your pronunciation and recitation becomes beautiful. And for you to recognize the strong and weak letters. So the benefits are differentiation, beautification, and recognition. Okay. All right. Now, types. Types, I'm going to use some Arabic words and I'm going to focus more on the English words. Okay. There are two types, Sifat al-Lazima and Sifat al-Arida. Now, lazim means definitely there. Okay, let me just give you an example first. We all are females. Okay, now, so a girl X and a girl Y, for example, or Fatima and Khadija. Khadija and Fatima. Now, how do I know who is who? Both are females. Now, things, for example, in Fatima is tall, her skin color is wheatish, she has light brown eyes. Now, these are characteristics that she always will have, okay? And sometimes Fatima can be happy. And sometimes Fatima can be sad. Sometimes she can be anxious. Sometimes she's hungry. Sometimes she's thirsty. Do you see her characteristics? Which characteristics are remaining permanent? Which characteristics change with time because of certain conditions? You see the characteristics, her height, the color of her eyes, and the skin color, that remains the same at all times. And that is going to be Sifat Lazima. If we're going to talk about the letters, then it becomes Sifat Lazima, permanent. They stay with the letter, okay? Just like the example of Fatima and Khadija, all right? These are two girls. They have, now in both are females. How do I differentiate one from another? From the permanent characteristics, okay? But then the adjectives. So for example, she's thirsty because she did not, the condition is because she did not drink water. She's hungry, or she's upset, she's sad because something has happened. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is going to be Sifat al-Arida. So temporary characteristics. So same with the letters. Letters may have, they definitely have permanent characteristics, and they have temporary characteristics depending on the situation they are placed in. Is it understood up to now? Are you all with me? Yes. Alhamdulillah. Okay, quick question. What is a sifa? What is a sifa? Characteristics. Okay, make it more simple. Make it more simple. Maybe someone does not understand what is a characteristic. Attributes. Okay, make it more simple. Description, features. Well done. So how does a letter present itself? All right. Do you understand the types of sifa? Everybody understood from the girl's description? Okay. So there are 3 types of sifa. I'm correct? 3 types? No. I was just seeing how many of you are present. Okay, alhamdulillah. 2 types of sifa. One is permanent and one is temporary. I don't expect you to learn the Arabic terms. It's up to you. If you want to learn it, you want to learn it. You want to become a Tajweed teacher, inshallah, then learn it. If you just want for your understanding at this moment, you stick with whatever is easy for you. Okay? Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the teachers who explained to us, and so I'm able to explain to you. Ameen. All right, let's discuss now what is the difference between Sifat Lazima and Arid. So let's discuss with Lazima first. Lazima, like I said to you, always present, found in all the letters. And another very important thing, if you miss out on Sifat Lazima and you don't, now that you have knowledge, once you complete this course, for someone who does not have knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them. Okay, but now that you have knowledge and you make a mistake, then this mistake is a clear and obvious error. If you've studied Qur'an, you know there is 2 types of lahan, lahan jali and lahan khafi. This is lahan jali. This is an obvious mistake which should not be done. Okay, and then Sifat al-Lazima, they do not need a condition to be present. Remember the height of the girl. Remember the color, the eye color. They don't need a condition. It's always there. Whereas Arida, sometimes they are present, sometimes they are not. You know, like the girl, she's sometimes happy, sometimes she's sad, sometimes she's hungry, sometimes she's thirsty. So depending on the conditions, all right? Now, this is Arida, is found in some of the letters, not all of the letters. Now, the mistake that a person makes and they miss out on Sifat al-Arida when reciting the Qur'an, they are doing lahan khafi. They are doing a hidden error. Okay. And then they need a condition to be present. There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason for Sifat al-Arida to be present. Okay. Alhamdulillah. All right. Now we will discuss Sifat al-Lazima, which are the permanent characteristics. Just so you know, just a side note, Sifat al-Arida is the rules of Nun Sakin, the rule of Mim Sakin, all these rules, that comes under the heading of Sifat al-Arida. Okay, inshallah, my aim and my intention is that I will complete with you the whole of the Tajweed, whatever it entails in Tajweed, and the best of what I know, I will pass it on to you, inshallah. Okay, so this is the base, this is the foundation. The Sifat-ul-Huroof is the foundation, inshallah. I will pass it on to you, inshallah. All right, Sifat Lazima. Now, Sifat Lazima is of two types. Sifat, so characteristics without opposites and with opposites, okay? Now, characteristics with opposites, there are 5 of them. There are 5 pairs of them. Al-Hams and Al-Jahr and Al-Shidda. I'm sorry for those of you who are finding it difficult in Arabic. I will, when I'm going to delve deep into them, I will give you the English meanings. So then I leave it to you if you are going to learn the Arabic terms or you're just going to stick to the English terms. The important thing is that you are able to apply it, my dears. Okay? So Ashidda, and in between Ashidda and Al-Rakhawa is Al-Tawassut and Al-Bayni. Al-Tawassut and Bayniya are two different names of the same thing. So between the two opposites, second opposite is Ashidda and Al-Rakhawa, and between them is Al-Tawassut. And the third opposite is Al-Isti'ala and Al-Istifal. And the fourth is Al-Itbaq and Al-Infitah. The fifth one, that is more to do with the Arabic language and not to do with the Tajweed and application in the Qur'an, is Al-Idlaq and Al-Istmat. Okay, so let's go through the names again. Al-Hams and Al-Jahr, that's the first set of opposites. Second set, and today I'm going to just focus on Al-Hams and Al-Jahr. Like I said to you, I'm going to give you all enough time that you practice. I'm not going to force onto you a lot of theory and then not help you with the application, inshallah. So second set of opposites, Ashidda, and the opposite of it is Al-Rakhawa, and in between is Al-Tawassut or Al-Bayniyah. Whatever is easy for you, you pronounce that. The third set of opposites, Al-Isti'la, and the opposite of it is Al-Istifal. The fourth set of opposites, Al-Itbaq, and the opposite of it is Al-Infitah. The fifth set of opposites has to do with Arabic language and nothing to do with Tajweed, okay? This is Al-Idlaq and Al-Ismat. The opposite of it is Al-Ismat, okay? Do you want me to say it one more time, the Arabic words, or I don't get what means by opposite. Okay, I'll tell you. Opposites meaning, remember we're talking about Sifat al-Lazima. Lazima means permanent characteristic in a letter. So it's permanent feature that will always remain with a letter. Now, within those features, some of the features are opposite. So one of the other opposite is going to be present. Okay, you know, like how we say, there are tall people, there are short people. Okay, so they are opposites. So tall and short cannot be in one individual, right? Similarly, hams, for example, the first characteristic that I'm going to teach you is al-hams and al-jahr. So these are two opposites of one another. Can two opposites remain in one letter? No, they can't. Okay, either the letter will have al-hams or it will have al-jahr. Or the second, so each letter, the minimum each letter will have a characteristic is 5. Okay, so they can be one of the opposites. It can be either hams or al-jahr, or it can be ashidda and al-rakhawa, al-isti'ala or al-istifal, al-itbaq or al-infitah, al-izlaq or al-isma. But you can never have a letter that has the same opposites in one letter. So they can never be a letter which have al-isti'ala and istifal the same characteristic in the same letter. Understood, everybody? Do you want me to say the Arabic words one more time? Are you okay? Okay. All right. Okay. It's okay. Alhamdulillah. Let me just go through what am I saying about sifat. Remember we said sifat al-lazima. Let me go back again. So for those of you who are just not with me, remember we said permanent characteristics. Permanent characteristics are of two types. Characteristics that have opposites and characteristics that do not have opposites. So these letters have certain features those features are opposites of one another. And the letter can have one of the opposite only. So, for example, the first opposites that we're going to do today, inshallah, is al-hams and al-jahr. So the letter can have either of the one. It can either have al-hams or it will have al-jahr. Cannot have both. The second opposite, the second set of opposite is ash-shidda, and the opposite of it is al-rakhaba. In between is a tawassut. The third set of opposite, al-isti'ala. So the letter can either have al-isti'ala or it will have al-istifal. Al-itbaq is the fourth set of opposite. I will, my dears. I will give examples. I just want you to get familiar. I want your ears to get familiar with these words. Okay? The fourth set of opposite, al-itbaq. So a letter will have either the quality of itbaq or al-infitah. And the fifth set of opposite, al-idlaq, or opposite is al-ismat. Okay. Just so that you're familiar, those letters without the Sifat-ul-Lazima, without opposites are, I'm teaching you according to the poem of Imam al-Jazari. Imam al-Jazari mentions that there are 7 opposites, but then, other teachers have added another. According to his poem, there's only 7 opposites, the ones without opposites. As-Safir, al-Qalqala, al-Lin, al-Inhiraf, al-Takrir, al-Tafashi, al-Istitala. This is where Imam al-Jazari ends, but teachers have then added al-Ghunna as well. Okay, so Imam al-Jazari has only mentioned until al-Istitala, but then teachers have added the characteristic of Ghunna as well. These are names. I promise you, we will delve into each one of them and apply these characteristics. I want you to be introduced to these words. Okay? Alhamdulillah. All right. Okay. Now, let me just go on and explain to you something. Let me first. Now, what happens? Letters in Arabic language. How is a letter produced? How is anything? The words that I'm speaking. What happens is the air goes into the lungs, right? All of you know. Then where does the air? Now, because I'm talking, the air from the lungs is traveling to the voice box, right? From the voice box, inside the voice box is something called the vocal cords, right? Are you all with me? So now what happens? One of the two things can happen when I'm speaking. Either the vocal cords close or they are open, okay? Now, for example, I want you to place your hand on your voice box and I want you to say with me, F. I want you to say F with me. Can you say F? Can you feel a vibration in the cords? Do you feel a vibration? F. Yes or no? Vibration? I want you to say F. F, and let the sound run. Let the sound run. F. No vibration. Well done to those who are saying there's no vibration. Yeah, just like this is passing of the air. But I'll tell you. Okay, say as. I want you to say it with me, please, my dears. As. Now I want you to put your hand in front of your lips, and do you feel there's a flow of air? As. F. Okay. I want you to do it one more time. F. S. The letter, when I'm saying F, I'm pronouncing the letter Fa. When I'm saying S, I'm pronouncing this letter Sin. Okay? When the vocal cords are open, when I'm saying F, when I'm saying S, the vocal cords are open. And when they are open, there's a flow of air. Al-hams. That's called al-hams. And if the vocal cords are closed, for example, I'm going to ask you to say the letter za, az. I want you to put your hands on your voice box and see can you feel the vibration? Az. Can you feel? and there will not be no air. If you put your other hand in front of your lips, you will see that there's no flow of air. As. Do you know why this is happening? I'm not going to focus on the point of articulation at this moment, but I want you to understand the whole process of the letters, how sound is coming. All right, everybody understood? Lungs, I'm intending to talk, the air from the lungs is going up to the voice box. Movement of vocal cords happening, either movement or opening. If there's opening of the vocal cords, then that characteristic is called al-hams in Arabic, al-hams. And if the vocal cords are closed, it's called al-jahr. You see, for any language pronunciation, this is all what happens. In Arabic, when we move on forward, what then happens, this voice then transmits to different parts of the mouth, and whereby sounds of the letters come from. So I'm not going to go into the degree of blockage. That's for next lesson, inshallah. Okay, I want you to pay attention on this picture. These are two letters, Sin and Azza. So Sin, if you say as, I want you to put your hand in front of your lips, and you can also feel your voice box. Do you feel there's a flow of air, or you feel vibration? What do you feel? Vibration or flow of air? Say as, as, as. So this is, you see, my dears, this white color thing, these are the vocal cords. And I say, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, how beautiful is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Did we ever think this is how sound comes from our voice box? You see? So when these vocal cords, the letter V, it is the shape of a letter V, when it's open, that's when the air is flowing through. And when you are saying the letter as, flow of air. Now, for za, say as. What's happening is these vocal cords, they close. So when they close and there's air coming, because air is coming from your lungs, you are intending to speak. So when something closes, what's the next thing that's going to happen? They're flexible. They start vibrating. There's a vibration. And then the vibration is felt, and this is called al-jahr. Okay, understood? Okay, so what's happening in al-jahr? That the vocal cords are held closed, and there's vibration, and the breath is retained. Okay, there is no flow of air. Okay, yes, exactly, it's closed. Okay, so this is al-jahr. Understood up till now? There's no vibration, cannot be vibration in hums. If you see, look at the picture again. When the letter of hums, I'm going to tell you the letters shortly, but I want you to understand the mechanism. So for example, fa, if you say af, this vocal cords is open and there is a flow of air. Okay, so that's hums. And al-jahr, the vocal cords closed, and because of the air passing through, there's a vibration. And there's a retention of breath. Okay, let me just tell you now. Who can tell me what is this sign? What does this sign represent? What does this sign represent? Air, mashallah, wind, waves, air. Okay, now I want you to, as you're making your notes, I want you to make these symbols, and inshallah teach it to your students as well. Okay, now air. So al-hams is a flow of air. So al-hams actually means whisper. Now, whisper is strong or weak? Tell me, when someone's whispering, the sound is strong or weak? Weak. Now, you remember that for life. Al-hams is a weak characteristic because somebody's whispering, they're talking in a low voice. Okay, so what is al-hams? What happens in al-hams? There is a flow of air when you're pronouncing these letters. Okay, and the vocal cords are open or closed? Vocal cords open or close? Open. Well done. Good girls. So the vocal cords are open, and they are the letters in Arabic language. These are 10 letters. These are 10 letters. When you're pronouncing them, there is a flow of air because the vocal cords are open. There's no vibration. Well done. And the mnemonics, I'd like you, please, my dears, I'd like you to remember the mnemonics. It's easy. It's easy that way. And what are they? فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. You just have to keep saying, please. فَحَثَّهُ, can you say it with me? فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. So the letters are, what are the letters? فَ, فَحَثَّهُ, فَ, ha. Let's do it now. If you remember, if I want to find out a makhraj of a letter, I told you I put a hamza with a fatha before the letter and give it a sukoon. Then I will know the makhraj and I will also now know the characteristic. Okay, so let's put a hamza with a fatha before every letter and see if you're right. I want you to put your hand in front of your lips and can you feel the flow of air? Let's do it together. F, F, F. Ah, 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 ath, 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 ah, 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 ash, 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 ah, 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 else, 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 as, ak. These are the two letters where you will feel there's the least amount of air. And you will learn the reason next class, inshallah. Ak, 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 at. Do you see that? Understood what is happening in hams? Has everybody understood what's happening? And have you been practicing with me? Type 1 if you have. Well done. MashaAllah. Barakallahu fikum. Barakallahu fikum. Well done. Good girls. And my dears, if you have young children, make sure that you are teaching them or you're asking them to sit. I doubt very much this is the time that they'll be sitting with you, but make sure you catch up on the recording. If they know this from now, then inshallah, their tajweed is going to be strong. All right. Alhamdulillah. Well done. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you all in beneficial knowledge. Alhamdulillah. So now we know what is the meaning of this now. Okay, your daughters are doing it with you. Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu fikum. What is happening? What is the sign? No air. So what is the opposite of al-hams? Al-jahr, the apparent. Okay, there's going to be vibration. Well done. Excellent. So there's going to be no flow of air when pronouncing these letters. Okay, yes. And and these are the rest of the letters. The rest of the 19 letters, they have the characteristic of al-jahr. Okay, so let's go through the differences between al-hams and al-jahr. Okay, I'll go through one by one. All right, in al-hams, there's a flow of air, and the opposite of it, there's no flow of air. Okay, all of you understood by now. Then there is no vibration of the vocal cords in al-hams, right? And in al-jahr, the vocal cords are closed, as I've shown you the picture, and as a result, there's a vibration. Okay? Lower dependency on the articulation point due to the flow of air. Basically, it means that it is a weak characteristic. Yeah? Because the air is flowing, it is not dependent on the articulation point. There's a lower dependency. And here, the breath, the flow of air is obstructed. Remember, what did I say to you? That the vocal cords close, so vibration is happening, the air is being restricted, so it relies on the articulation point. And this is a stronger characteristic. Al-jahr is a stronger characteristic. And the letters of hams are فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. فَحَثَّهُ شخص سكت, and the letters of al-jahr are the rest of the letters. Okay, let's go to the picture one more time. Okay, I'm sorry about this. I don't know how to get rid of it. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go back. Okay, can you see these pictures now? Now that you have learned about al-hams and al-jahr, when a letter is being articulated, now remember, فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ. Remember these letters. Now, when فَحَثَّهُ, fa, if fa is being articulated, or say, let's do ha, okay? What happens? Do these vocal cords are open, and there is a free flow of air, okay? You can feel the flow of air. If you put your hand in front, you will feel the air, okay? Whereas here, in terms of za or ra, you see that? The vocal cords close. As a result of it, the air is trying to flow through it, and the vocal cords start vibrating, okay? And because of the decrease in air, what happens is the letter relies on the makhraj. Okay, understood everybody? I will go through, inshallah, with all the letters one more time, so you're able to understand. Okay, let's practice all these letters with putting a hamza before it and giving it a sukoon. F, 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 ah, 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 F, 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 ah, 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 ash, 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 ah, ah, ah. Now remember, some of the letters like kha is harf isti'ala, is a heavy letter. So because it has other characteristics as well, you will feel sometimes that the flow of air is not as much as it was in the letter ha, or as it was in the letter fa, okay? But there is, for sure there is. The sound is not constricted. The flow of air is not constricted. As, 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 ak, 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 act. Okay, alhamdulillah, understood now? So basically, al-hams is flow of air, and al-jahr is there is no flow of air when the letters are being pronounced. Okay, and we understood that because of the flow of air, the sifa al-hams is weak, and sifat-ul-jahr is a strong sifa. Okay, now let's practice some examples from the Qur'an for each of the letters. Okay, the letter fa, this is in Surah Al-Baqarah. Al-muflihun. Now your homework is going to be, when you're going to recite Qur'an, you're going to focus on the letters of hams and al-jahr, and you're going to make sure is there a flow of air, and that is going to beautify your recitation. Okay, al-muflihun, give it time. Inshallah, I will teach you next week why I'm saying give it time. Okay, al-muflihun, fa has a sukoon, give it time. And remember, the characteristics are more prominent when the letter has a sukoon on them. But don't say that they're only present when there's a sukoon. They are present when they have a haraka. Okay, when they have a fatha, kasra, dhamma, but it's more prominent when the letter has a sukoon. Okay, al-muflihun, innama nahnu ba'athnakum, the tha, muslihun, okay, the letter ha, wa'addadah, ashtadan, أشتاتا أخلده أخلده. I picked up words that you often recite in your salah. And this is from the last surahs of the Qur'an. كعصف 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 يوسوس يوسوس ذكرك ذكرك ثقلت. Are you all with me now? Are you all reciting with me? Alhamdulillah, you all are reciting with me. Alhamdulillah, barakallahu feekum. Now let's practice Suratul Nasr. Everybody, let's have Suratul Nasr. And you're going to, I've already done, you know what? I should not have done it. I should have kept it as a test for you. And you should have told me which letters are for Hams. That's for next week, inshallah. Prepare. And the first, we're going to do the recap in which I'm going to put a surah up and let me see how many students are going to give me which letter is what. Okay, that's your homework now. You're going to prepare. Suratul Nasr, all of us know. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Now look at this. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. Now ha as well, I'm doing fath. Why? Because when I'm stopping at the end of ayah, the sukoon drops and I put a temporary sukoon. Okay, so I should have even put a line underneath ha as well. So what characteristic am I demonstrating when I'm saying nas? Nas, what is it? Can you agree that I have done it correctly? That I'm doing Sifat-ul-Huroof, hams. I'm doing hams. Can you feel the flow of air when you're reciting? Can you do that? All right, let's do it one more time. And you tell me if you feel the same. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ. Alhamdulillah. Let's go on. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ Yad. Do you feel that there is a vibration or you feel there's a flow of air? Yad. No air, correct. Yad, feel, put it on your voice box, feel. Vibration? Okay, well done. So hams or jahar, if vibration. Hams or jahar? Jahar. Excellent. Let's move forward. Let's go back again. I cannot recite from in between. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. What am I doing? Hams? Okay. Alhamdulillah. And you are able to understand that I'm applying Sifatul Hams. Alhamdulillah. I'm just going to check on the students in on YouTube as well, because I was not able to check their answers. Okay, just give me a moment so I can check on Zoom and check their messages. Alhamdulillah. So people on Zoom, you're with me. Alhamdulillah. Well done. Barakallahu feekum. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you all in beneficial knowledge. Well done. Okay, let's go on to the next ayah. Now, the thing is, I did not put a line under ba because I was not sure. How many of you remember and attended the Tajweed course in Ramadan? How many of you remember when the ba has a shadda, how many letters are there? How many letters are there? Well done. MashaAllah. Barakallahu feekum. There are 2 letters. Can you tell me which one is, the first one will have what and the second one will have what? The first one, the 2 double sounds, good. We'll have, the first one will have a sukoon and the next one will have a kasra in this, for example, in fasabbih. So what sifa should I apply on ba then? Fasabbih for ba. What am I going to do? Hams or jahar? Well done. Barakallahu feekum. You're going to apply jahar here. Fasabbih. I missed out on the ha as well. Did I put a line? Yes, I did. Okay, what's going to be for ha? Fasabbih. Bih. Ha. Yeah, I'm going to do Sifatul Hams here. Bihamdi Bihamdi. Mim has a sukoon. What am I doing here? Bihamdi. Is there a vibration or flow of air? Jahab. Well done. Barakallahu feekum. Rabbika. Rabbika. Now remember, I've not put a line here, but what you know what is the first ba with the sukoon. What is going to happen? Are you going to do hams or jahar here? Rabbika. Rabbika. Jahar. Well done. Well done. Because you see, Rabb, when you say Rabb, you can feel that the vocal cord's closed. Okay? Rabbika. Wastaghfir. I'm missing out something. Can you point out? I'm missing out something. Which letter sifa I'm missing out on? Well done. Barakallahu feekum. You all are so cleverer than me. MashaAllah. You are better than me. You should be teaching. I missed out on seen. What's happening for the seen? Which sifa does seen have? A vibration or flow of air? Flow of air or vibration? Seen, my dears. Okay, alhamdulillah. It has hams. Tal. What's happening here now? Tal. When I'm holding on the ghain. Tal. Jahab. Yeah, because I can feel the vibration. Wastaghfir. Fear. The raw. What's happening? You can feel. Yes. Wastaghfir. And even the ha. I missed out on the ha as well. Well done to all those who pointed out. I did not put a line underneath ha as well, because the dhamma is going to drop because I'm stopping, and it will have a temporary sukoon. It will be hams. Okay, good. Innahu. Noon has a shadda. So one noon is going to have the first noon will have sukoon. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to do the hunna, correct? And it's going to be hams or jahar? Jahar. Well done. In you can feel the vibration. Innahu kana tawwaba. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. We will come to the hunna as well. Because my focus is about the flow of air and the cutting off the air, the hams and the jahar. Okay. Let's do Suratul-Fatiha, which is very, very important. The Suratul-Fatiha is a surah that we often recite in our salah. Okay, we need to get this correct. And I always tell my students that there are shaddas. Do not miss out on the shaddas of Suratul-Fatiha. Okay. All right, now so you're going to pay attention. All right, let's start from Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now tell me which sifa is where. Now seen, hamsa jahab. I want everyone getting on typing. Okay, so I can see how much you've learned. We're coming to the end of our lesson, so we need to check our learning. All right, seen, hams or jahab? Hams. Excellent. Bismillahir. Now, in Allah's name, there's a shadda. What do you think? What do you think? Lam. Al. Bismil. Yes, jahar. Lam has jahar. Then, hirrah. Ra. What's going to be with ra? The first ra? Excellent. Good girls. Barakallahu feekum. Ra has jahar. Okay. Then ha. Rah, ha. What is ha going to have? Hams. Excellent. Then we got this. Okay, let's begin Surah Al-Fatiha. Alhamdu. Can you tell me which letter? Now you don't know where the underlining is. Can you tell me which letter and what sifa is there? On ha? On ha? Really? Ha has a? Alhamdu. Look at this word. Which sifa is going to be prominent? The sifa is prominent. Remember, what did I say? We can clearly identify the sifa more. It's more obvious when the letter has. Complete my sentence, please. The sifa is more obvious when the letter has sukoon. Okay, the sifa is present in all the times. Remember, we said sifatul lazima, they're present all the times, but they're more prominent when the letter has a sukoon. So alhamdu, it is the meme. It is the meme. Alhamdu, alhamdu lillahi rabbil alamin. So what's happening here? Meme has hamza jahar. Okay, well done. And rabbil ba hamza jahar. Yeah, jahar. Good. Al alamin, the noon in the end is going to be hamza jahar. Jahar. Good. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Which letter and what characteristic? Which letter and what characteristic? Ha, excellent. MashaAllah, ha has got a sukoon. It has the hams characteristic, and ra is going to be jahar. Barakallahu fikum. Maliki yawmiddin. Yawmiddin. What's happening? Which letter we're going to make more dal, jahar for dal. Iyaka. Iyaka, what's happening? Yeah, jahar. Good. Na'budu. The ain, jahar. Okay. Wa iyaka nasta'in. Seen. Excellent. Barakallahu fikum. Nasta'in. Seen has hams or jahar? Hams. Barakallahu fikum. Now, ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Okay. What's going to be for the ha? Hams. Okay, so now when you're reciting, make sure that there's a flow of air. Don't just pass ihdinas sirat. No, give it time. Ihdinas sirat. Okay, sod. What's going to happen with sod? I put an underline. Why have I put an underline underneath sod? Is the shadda making it? Sod has the shadda telling me that there are two sods, and the first sod has a sukoon. Well done. And then al-mustaqim, what letter? Lam. Hamza jahar. Lam jahar. Okay. Sirat al-ladhina. Lam again here. Sirat al-ladhina an'amta. Now, I realize some of you, it's a totally new concept. So you will keep your letters in front of you. You'll write your letters, فَحَثَّهُ شَخْصٌ سَكَتْ, in front of you, and then do your practice. Okay, my dears, it will take time. All right, so noon is jahar, and meme is also noon and meme jahar, both. Okay, good. Well done. Alayhim. Lay, the ya as well. Okay. Ya jahar, and meme is hams. Did somebody write that by mistake? Okay. All right, meme is jahar. Okay. Ghay as well, the ya. Ghayril maghdubi. Lam. What is lam? Lam is jahar, and the gha. Magh. Ghain is also jahar. Alayhim, we've done meme as well, jahar. Walad dallin. So the dod, what will the sifa of the dod be? Jahar. Okay, and the lam is also jahar. Barakallahu fikum. Alhamdulillah. So well done. So let's recap what we've learned. What have you all learned? And did you find this difficult? Let me know. Should I open the chat box so that everybody can answer? Very difficult. Okay. I'm sorry if you found it difficult. My apologies. I'll try. I have tried my best. Okay, I will try and go a little bit slow. All right, let's just do a quick recap. All right, and then for those sisters who are finding it difficult, yeah, with the sukun, my dear, we'll also have, ya is not from fahatha or shakhsun sakat, so it will have the sifatul-jahr in it. Okay. All right, let's do a quick recap, my dears. Now, let's go to the picture so then the sisters can understand. Okay, I think the picture will be better than the explanation. Okay, now the sisters who are, I'd like you to not type. Let's do a quick revision. We understand that letters have characteristics, just like human beings or any creatures. Letters have characteristics. All right. Now, characteristics, just like, for example, if there are females, like all of us females are in this class. Now, each one of us are distinguished from another because of a certain trait that she may have. Similarly, letters have characteristics. They all are letters, but some letters, they will have certain characteristic and others will not have that characteristic. And that is what distinguishes them one from the other. Like I said to you, that, for example, ta, dal, and to, they come from the same point. Now, how would you recognize which one is which? Okay, then here, for example, ta, when you say at, what's happening? If you put your hand in front of your lips, you will feel that there is a flow of air. Okay, and why is there a flow of air? In your vocal cords, these white strings that you see, these are your vocal cords. They are open and there is a flow of air. When the air flows, the sound of the letter is clear. Okay, and this characteristic is called al-hams, the whisper. Okay, there's no restriction, the air is flowing. And that is why this characteristic is called al-hams. And you see, at. Compare this to, remember I was talking about ta, dal, and to at this moment. Compare this to dal. If I'm going to say ad, keep saying it. Let the voice run. You will feel that there's a vibration in your vocal cords. Why? Because when you pronounce dal, ad, these vocal cords closed. As a result of their closure, there's a vibration happening. Okay? So this letter has to rely on its makhraj. It's a strong letter. Okay? Strong characteristic, I beg your pardon. Al-jahr is a strong characteristic. Okay? And that is how you differentiate. Ta, there's a flow of air. Dal, the vocal cords are closed as characteristic of al-jahr. And when it comes to to, what happens is now the tongue from the back is going to be raised up. So when you say up again, there is the vocal cords closed. They're not open. They're going to be closed. It has got sifatul-jahr. Okay? Understood, my dears? The rest of them, don't get confused with the terminologies that I've used. I will explain it to all of you in much detail. Because it's not relying on the makhraj, my dear. There's an easy flow of air. When you're doing sifatul-hams, there's no retention of breath. Okay? Alhamdulillah. The letters, I will, don't worry, I will send this PowerPoint, I'll send the PDF so you can go through it yourself. All right? But I will prepare your questions, write down make your notes. I will be sending a quiz, inshallah, just to reinforce your learning. جزاكم الله خيرا, my dears. We will end the class now. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of you coming here, learning the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, learning the knowledge of the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah heal the sick among us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease the affairs of the Muslims in general, and may Allah ease the affairs of the sisters who've come to the class, the ones who are watching on YouTube, the ones who are going to listen, to catch up, to learn, and you all are doing this because you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you love to learn his book. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala weight heavy on your scale of good deeds, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make use of you to serve his deen in the best manner possible. May Allah allow your children to be the coolness of your eyes, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow your children to work for the deen. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. جزاكم خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.